Pete Prisco. You may know him. I think you've had some good back and forth with the Patriots fans over the years, Pete.
They love me.
Pete has been with CBS Sports. It used to be CBS. We were just talking about this. CBS Sports Line, CBS Sports. The great Len Pasquarelli used to be
He was.
CBS Sports, a big insider there. So Pete's still with CBS Sports.
25 years.
That's awesome.
Yeah, this is my 25th Super Bowl.
Congratulations.
For them, 36th overall.
36 overall.
Straight through.
36 straight. And you went, so I was going to be at 25 straight, but the COVID year, I didn't go. How'd you go to the COVID year?
Well, we went to the COVID game. It was weird. We actually had a set there and everything, and we had all these restrictions. We weren't allowed to leave our room. And when you got to the game, I looked around. There was maybe 25 people in the press box, and there was nobody in the crowd. It was like an exhibition game. It was horrible, but I made it.
That's crazy. All right, so let's get right to it. Brady or Mahomes?
Right now, Brady. Soon to be Mahomes.
Meaning Sunday night?
I think three-peat puts him on equal footing. I don't necessarily say he goes past him, but it puts him on equal footing because three-peating, Brady didn't do it. And it's kind of like the NBA. Magic didn't do it. Bird didn't do it. But Jordan did. And so I think that's where I am on that. If he gets it and gets a third one, he's only 29. It's not the end of it for him either. It'd be 4. It'd be another one, three-peat, and then he's not done. So right now it's Brady. If he wins this one, I think they get on even footing, and then I think he moves past him if he gets another one.
So what about Belichick-Reed?
It's a good thing you asked that because here's why. Andy Reid is on his way to being the greatest coach in the history of the National Football League. Because Andy Reid's not retiring. I ask him about it all the time. We're too old farts. I talk to him. I say, you going to retire? No. Why? Still feel young. He's not retiring. So if I figured it out. If Andy Reid coaches the next 3 years after this one, he's going to hunt down Don Shula. He's going to take him down.
Oh, no. He's 3-4 years on this pace.
Yeah.
He's got it.
So he hunts down Don Shula. He wins this one. Gets the three-peat. He's won 4. Let's not forget what he did with Philly when he went to all those championship games they didn't win. So I think if he takes down Don Shula, wins this one, he takes down Belichick.
Kelsey, Gronkowski.
Gronk. To me, and I think Gronk might be the best. He's the best ever. 15 yards per catch in his career, blocked like a tackle. I mean, look, Kelsey's great at sitting down in zones. He's been a great receiving tight end. He didn't block like him. I think, now if you go, who was the best in their prime? It's Gronk. If you go for career and longevity, then you probably go to Kelsey because his career was cut short.
Yes. So Kelsey's has one more year on Gronkowski right now. If you take some injury years, it's even more.
I mean, they're the same age.
Yeah.
That's the incredible thing about it. Those guys are basically the same age.
Greatest dynasty in the history of the NFL?
Patriots. Because, those old dynasties.
What happened to you? You used to agitate the Patriots people. What's going on? What happened to you?
Well, look at him, suntan.
He's too comfortable.
He looks relaxed.
No, I still irritate the Patriots people, but and I work with one now, Logan Ryan. He works with us, so
is that right?
Yeah, and I irritate him too. But no, if you look at it, the dynasty, the way they did it. Now, I will say this, and this will piss off the Patriot fans. I will say this. The way they did it makes it the greatest dynasty because the old Steelers, they kept all those guys all the time. Everybody stayed there. And how many Hall of Famers that they had, they all stayed there. They did it in free agency and roster turnover. So that's why it's the greatest. But I will say this. It's also based on luck. I've told you guys that before. It's the luckiest dynasty in history.
They've gotten some luck, no doubt about it.
They got Tom Brady. They were lucky. He was picked in the 6th round. They drafted a defensive back in the same round before him. Pioli used to work for us. Oh, Tommy, you got lucky. You got lucky. If they don't draft Tom Brady, there's no dynasty.
Absolutely
correct?
right. Yes.
So they thought so much of him. They waited until the 6th round.
Oh, yeah, no, they passed on him 7 times.
And they used another pick on another defensive back in the same round. It's luck. The whole thing is based on luck. Take that, New England. How's that for you?
Pete Prisco, CBS Sports. There we go. That's the Pete Prisco I know. Who do you like in this game?
Kansas City. Look, the Eagles are the better team. You do it top to bottom, they're the better team. The roster's better. Their offensive line is clearly the best. It's the best line in football. They can run the ball. Their defense with Fangio can do something. Are you picking against that guy late in the game?
So
the
hard
fourth
to.
quarter?
So hard
Because I'm not. I mean, he's the only one who's come from behind every single time that he's had to. Brady didn't do that. Breeze didn't do that. The great quarterback Manning did. This guy's the only one in these playoff games who's done that. I'm not picking against him. So I think it's close. I think late in the game, he's going to get the ball, and he's going to look down the field. Everybody's going to go, here you go. And he's going to go right down the field and get the touchdown.
Hurts was really good in this game, this matchup 2 years ago, but it feels like he's a sidecar this year. Do you look at him that way? Like,
I think from throwing the football, he's been a sidecar. But the fact that he can pull the ball and run helps open up Barkley. Barkley averages 4.2 per rush on runs where he doesn't before he gets touched. That's incredible. That is, you saw the runs in the playoffs. If he had flags on, they wouldn't have been able to get him down. And so I think Hurts helps open that all up behind the great offensive line. Throwing the football, I don't know. He holds the ball way too long for my
You said 4.2 yards before contact?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Holy crap, that's ridiculous. But, Pete, what I was going to ask you is, when you look at what the Patriots have deteriorated into, are you surprised that it got this bad?
No. Bill Belichick, general manager, got Bill Belichick, coach, fired. Basically, that's what happened. If Bill Belichick, the job is too big for one person. It used to be you could handle it all. And those, Coughlin, him, the tyrants, they could do it all. It's my way. You do this, you listen to me. I'm going to be right on everything. It's too big now. The job is much too big. And I think Bill ultimately got caught up in that. His drafts weren't very good. He started fumbling around. The roster was deteriorating right before his eyes. Bill Belichick could still coach. Now, he made some dumb decisions like making Matt Patricia the offensive mind behind the whole thing, but he could still coach. Bill Belichick coach. If Bill Belichick walked in the building with his resume and who he is, and they said, you're going to hire Bill Belichick coach, teams would have hired him in the NFL. The problem is he brings the other stuff. He brings, I'm going to have control. And even if he says he's not going to have control, are you kidding me?
Of course.
He's going to have control. So that's the undoing of the Patriots. Now they have to come out from underneath the bad roster decisions, and they have cap room. And Patriot fans, you got another quarterback. So you're set. You're going to figure this out for the next decade. You don't have to worry about that quarterback position.
So you think they'll be back?
They'll be back.
Okay.
They will be back. Now look, you got to spend the money the right way, but you have all that cap room, and you have a quarterback. Somebody asked me before the season, when the jobs opened up, what's the best job? The Patriots was the best job because they have Drake May, and they have all that cap room. And I think Vrabel going in there would be good for them. He's got skins on the wall. People will respect him. I think that's a good thing. I think they're heading in the right direction. Now, you need to fix the offensive line. You need to get some speed. You need to get a big play threat down the field. Do they go get in on T. Higgins? Would you pay T. Higgins? Would you? Yeah,
sure.
I mean, because there's some thinking that T. Higgins is 1A, but not the 1. But they have nothing.
They have the money. So they have the money and they have the need, and if you overpay a little bit, you're fine. I'm not worried about overpaying.
I would get as many big people in this draft as you. All you got to do is look at the Eagles and look what the Lions do. Build it here. Get big, get physical, get strong, and then everything else around that quarterback, everything else will fall into place.
Pete, thanks for coming by.
You got it.
We
Always
appreciate
good
it.
to see you, Pete.
See,
Prisco,
I got a
CBS
couple
Sports.
shots in.
There we go. Yes, all right.
Lucky. Based on luck.
If you like that clip, check out more videos from Felger and Mazz here. For more Patriots analysis and opinion, hit this playlist. And for all the latest from the Sports Hub, download the app at 985thesportshub.com.